Let's have the solving of your quadratic inequalities. Let's start with the steps that we have to follow to solve your quadratic inequalities. First, we have to change the inequality symbol to equality symbol. Second, solve for the roots. Since it's already a quadratic equation, plot the roots on the number line. So it will be using a hollow dot or a solid dot depending on our given inequality sign, and then determine the solution set of the given quadratic inequality. So we're going to determine the solution set by using a test point 0. Then we're going to complete the graph. Let's say our given is x squared is greater than negative 7x minus 10. How are we going to solve this? Let's start by changing your inequality sign into an equality sign. So we're going to have x squared is equal to negative 7x minus 10. After that, we need to transpose our negative 7x and negative 10 to our left side. So we have to change the sign. It will become x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals 0. Finally, we have to factor our given quadratic equation, and if we're going to factor that, our given last term is 10. So we need to think of a factor of 10 that when we add, the answer will be 7. And that will give us x plus 5 times your x plus 2. And it will result to 2 times 5 is 10 and 2 plus 5 is 7. Then we need to get our x of 1 and x of 2 using our zero product property. So we're going to equate both the factors to 0. So x plus 2 is equal to 0 and our x plus 5 is equal to 0. We're going to get the value of our x of 1 is negative 2 and our x of 2 is equal to negative 5. Since you already have the 2 points, we're going to plot it on our number line. There. Since our equality sign here, we're going to see that the equality sign here is greater than, wala po yung equal to, so we're just going to use a hollow dot. If we're going to use a hollow dot, let's have the points negative 2 and negative 5 and use our hollow dot. Okay? There. So negative 5 and negative 2. So for any quadratic inequality, we're going to have two different solutions. The one shaded in pink and the one shaded in blue. It's either the combination of the two sides to the one and to the left and to the right. So that is x. So we start with less than. Okay, dito sa nasa left. So that is x is less than our first or yung least of our test point, which is negative 5. So x is less than negative 5. O less than lagi po dun sa mas mababa. Or union with the x is greater than yung mas mataas na value, which is negative 2. So first, yung mas mababa, less than. Then yung mas mataas nun sa dalawa nating given, greater than. Then the middle of them, so it's x is greater than negative 5 but less than negative 2. So the inequality sign used here will be constant. So hindi natin yan pwedeng palitan. So this means that the x is in between negative 5 and negative 2. So the two possible solution is that it's in the middle or it's in the two sides, shaded to the left or to the right of our given test points. Okay, so again, this inequality sign is always less than to yung mas mababang value natin. And then this one is x greater than dun sa mas mataas na value. Ito, constant yan. Lagi yan yung gagamitin natin. Then, to find which of these two is our true solution, we're going to back to the original given x squared is greater than negative 7x is negative 7x minus 10. So, we're going to substitute first 0 on our given. So, we're going to have 0 squared is greater than negative 7 times 0 minus 10. 0 times 0 is 0. Then 7 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 10 is negative 10. And then we're going to ask you, is 0 greater than negative 10? So, are you sure 0? Is 0 greater than negative 10? Oh, yes. Kita-kita po natin, mas malaki siya sa negative 10. So, that is true. So since it's true, we're going to locate first where is that 0. Okay, the 0 is located on the blue or the pink shade. Okay, our 0 is located on the blue shade. So since our answer is true, ang ating magiging pong solution is the one shaded in blue. Okay, let's repeat that part. Okay, so we substituted 0 to test if it is a solution. Since 0 is greater than negative 10 is true, that means 0 is a solution. So, we're going to include 0 as a solution included, and that is yung blue part. So, ang magiging solution natin is yung magkabilang part, which is the less than negative 5 and the greater than negative 2. And if we are going to write this solution, okay, let us shade first. So, yan ang ating magiging solution. If we're going to have its solution set, we're going just to write this to start with x, such that x, yan, x is less than negative 5. This is the first one, union. Okay, kapag yung given ang answer natin is yung dalawang dulo, we're going to use union with x is greater than negative 2. And that is our solution for our first example. Let's have a second example here. Ayan, this is a solution. In other books, they were going to show if a test point on x is less than negative 5, x greater than negative 2, and yung in between, alin dyan yung magto-true and magpo-false. So, ang nagto-true is dalawa, which is yung part nung nasaan yung 5, which is the greater than negative 2, and yung part kung nasaan yung negative 8, which is yung x is less than negative 5. But we don't need that on our next solutions. We just need this part. Let's try x squared plus 3x is less than 40. So let's start by equating it first. So we have x squared plus 3x is equal to 40. Let's transpose our 40 and make it x squared plus 3x is minus 40. Since we already have our quadratic equation, we can factor this one. Think of a factor of negative 40 that when we add, the answer is 3. Maybe you would say 20 times 2, but 20 minus 2 is 18. 10 times 4, but 10 minus 4 is 6. So what we use is 8 times 5. Isang negative 8 and isang positive 8 in one negative 5. So we have x plus 8 times x minus 5 as our factors. Again, we're going to get the values of our x by equating it to 0. Then, we're going to get the value of our x. Our x sub 1 is negative 8. And our x sub 2 is positive 5. Since we already have our x's, take a look again, the inequality sign is less than. So, we're going to use again a hollow dot. Okay, here's our number line. Get our negative 8 and 5 and put it on our number line using a hollow dot. Okay, so here's our negative 8 and here's our positive 5. So, since our negative 8 is a lesser value, okay, so yung siya yung mas maliit, we're going to write here x is less than negative 8. So, pakita mo natin, we're going to have two parts here, the pink and the blue one. Okay, let's start with the negative. Okay, so yung less than. So, laging dito sa part na to is less than. So, x is less than the negative 8. And then, yung mas malaki is x is greater than the positive 5. Then, yung in between, we have x is greater than negative 8 but less than 5. Okay? So, una ulit, less than, yung mas mababa. Then, greater than, yung sa mas mataas na number. Then, yung in between these two numbers. Okay? Laging ganito yung inequality sign. Start with the lesser value and then yung mas malaking value sa dulo. Again, dito yung mas maliit, doon yung mas malaking value. And then, to test kung alin dito sa dalawang to ang gagamitin natin, let's get again our inequality sign or our inequality given. So, x squared plus 3x is less than 40. Okay? So, let's test using 0 again. So, we're going to substitute our 0. This will become 0 squared plus 3 times 0. So, 0 plus 0 is just 0. Is 0 less than 40? Is 0 less than 40? True. So, 0 is less than 40. Hanapin ulit natin. Nasaan ba yung 0? Nasa pink, nasa blue. Okay, our 0 is on the pink one. So that means that our answer is on the shade of pink. Okay, so tatanggalin lang natin yung blue. Yan. So that means our solution is between negative 8 and 5. That's how we're going to shade it. And we're going to write the solution set. This is how you're going to write. Just copy this one. So x such that, ayun, negative 8 is greater, x is between negative 8 and 5. Do not change this. This is always the inequality sign to be used. Okay, this is always the inequality sign to be used to get your solution set. Okay, that is our example number 2.